Thank you so much for joining us. And we are talking to Gino. Okay, Gino, the Greek, Stavros.
Let's do it.
First of all, are you shocked to be here right now? Truly, deeply.
Honestly, I'm shocked and I'm pissed. Obviously, we saw the sticky gummy situation that happened. I made a decision to put the gummy in there. Did I really want to put it in there? I didn't. I just want to show them that I was loyal to them. And do I have regrets? I do, because I knew if I was to be on the block beside Josh, the house could just flip, and that's what happened. So.
Okay, well, I was watching all this go down on the live feeds.
Yep. Tell me
And you don't understand. My jaw was on the floor. Everyone watching was losing their minds. And then you hear there's 1 hour until the ceremony.
All right.
Okay, but at that point, you talked to Marty. Why couldn't you have said, Marty, I know I put my gummy in there. It's too dangerous. This could be looked at as another backstab. Don't do it.
So I did talk to Marty afterwards.
Yeah.
And I tried talking sense into him. It just made sense.
Very calmly.
Very calmly.
Too calmly.
At that point, I was boiling the inside. I was actually pissed. I'm like, Marty, are you seriously doing this a third time? And we had the opportunity of backdooring him the week before. I kind of played that we had the secret power and I knew about it, but I didn't. But in the moment, I told Marty, I'm telling him, like, it doesn't make sense putting me on the block. Maybe he would have changed his mind, but
if logic didn't work, why didn't you flip into another gear? I know you've got it.
I did. I should have, and I regret it. That's the part I regret the most, because I know if I would have done it, he would have probably put up maybe JC Lynn or Kevin, and that would have saved my game, and I would have probably still been in there, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is, and I'm here.
Listen, it's not real life.
I know that. Yeah.
But it was your life.
It was my life.
Right? It really was. It really was. Now, I'm curious, still on a game level, why on earth did you think you could trust this 5? Remember, out of the 5, 2 people, including Marty and Helena, had tried to evict you during the chain of safety. So why did you have so much trust?
So basically, when we got together, we took like huge hits. We took out T, we took out Herman.
Okay, but between that, they almost took you out.
I know. But I at that point in the game, I had JC Lynn, and I had nothing else, right? It was just me and JC Lynn. And I thought working with these 5 and keeping them close would be the best move for my game.
Do you wish now that you had found other avenues? Because you did have other relationships.
So I started building with Josh and Betty, and I was wishing that would work, and then I would turn around and like attack Marty. But obviously he put up Josh and Betty on the block, and at that point I had to stay on Marty's good side. That was my whole theory: stay on his good side. He is a walking target in the house. I'm going to be the next target. So that was my game plan, and obviously it just blew up in my face.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of game plan, first of all, you had 2 of the most successful HOHs. You're the only one who didn't lose their minds.
Right?
I mean, we had people go from HOH to out the door, right? Several times this season. You proved you were here to play when you were like, sorry, Kyle, gotta go. You're my boy, but everybody's coming for you. You're bad for my game.
Yeah.
So you did that. But Moose, you definitely had an independent relationship with Moose. Do you regret that decision? He really wanted to work with you.
Yes, he really did. But the thing with Moose is he's a good talker. He's a great talker. He's in everybody's ears. I felt like he was playing the middle of the game, and he was pulling both sides. And I just didn't feel safe with him, because I felt like if he won HOH, I'd probably be on the block.
Right.
He would try to break that showman's. So I did want to keep him close. And that week, I wanted to evict, obviously, Marty, backdoor him, and that didn't work out. So for me to have him...
Whoa. Okay, you're not going to yada that one. We're going to bring it back.
Okay.
So your HOH, Marty has... You guys have a very tumultuous relationship.
Yeah.
Like, it never got heated between you 2, but, you know, he definitely proved to be untrustworthy to you.
100%. Yeah.
Right? And then, like, obviously, you knew JL had the, JC Lynn had the secret veto.
Yeah.
But you didn't know that when you were giving advice. No, I think Marty's a bigger target than us. We should keep him around. Do you regret that? Because that was a head scratcher.
No, I do. Honestly, Marty should have went a long time ago. He backstabbed me twice. And in the moment, I felt like in my gut, like it was the right move to keep him. But originally that was my plan, and I wish I went through it with it. But, you know, it's part of the game. You're in your head. You get paranoid.
Yeah.
You start thinking, and it just ended up the way it ended up, right? So
listen, it's easy for everyone out here watching because we see everything, and you guys just don't.
Yeah.
One question a lot of people are going to have is your relationship with JC Lynn. Was that real?
She is a sweet, amazing girl. Honestly, she kept me sane in the game, and I'm kind of grateful I actually started to talk to her and we got so close. Honestly speaking, without her, I don't know how my game would have went. And obviously, we started working together, and everything we did, it was the same headspace we had. So I enjoyed having her around, and it was the only time in this game that when I spent time with her, it was like I wasn't playing the game anymore. It was just me.
Could
and
that
her.
have been a problem?
That could have been a problem, and it was a little of a problem, but I enjoyed it. It was actually kept me sane, and I was actually happy.
Of course.
So.
You have to live. You have to live.
Exactly, right. We're all human beings, right?
You can't be a game bot all the time. It's impossible. So who do you want to see coming behind you in jury?
I'd like to see Marty. I'd like to see Kevin.
Sure.
And Helena.
Okay.
Obviously, we know why Kevin and Helena, they kind of flipped on me. And Marty, he just played me twice, played me a third time, and he's still in the house. So that does not sit well with me.
Rough. There's some very good players in that game.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Very,
strong
very good
players, good social game.
Not always comps. That's the thing.
Yes, it is a big social game. And I didn't realize that coming to the house and then seeing...
But you were so well liked, too. I mean, you had a really flawless social game going for a long, long time.
Yeah, so that's that was my game plan, being on everybody's good side. I didn't want to step on toes. That's why my HOHs were so clean.
Yeah.
And I just wanted people to see that. And sometimes being the nice guy is not always the best thing to do, right?
Oh my God, so many people are devastated that you're out, let me tell you. And so who do you think is going to win? Who's got the biggest win equity?
Who I would like to see win is Jason, obviously. Marty, I see him coming out very soon, so I'd go with either Summer or Josh.
Wow, okay.
Josh is a lovable guy, calm beast. He's about to win an HOH sooner or later. He's been coming to the end quite often. Summer is just a great social game. She's all over the house.
Summer's amazing.
Oh my God, I love her. I actually enjoyed having her around. She was a lot of fun.
We know. Listen, Gino, you're going to have an amazing time. And you are going to have so much fun. It's a nice way to decompress before you're back for finale. I can't wait to see you then.
Yeah.
All right?
You too.
Listen, I love getting all the juicy house guest details. But speaking of juicy, make sure you head on over to Wendy's to grab a Dave's Single, a quarter pound of juicy, fresh, never frozen beef. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, Gino, for sharing like your whole life with us here.
Yeah, it's been an experience I will never forget, that's for sure.
Well, stick around for my chat with the two other evictees from our triple eviction. I cannot believe I am sitting across from Summer and Marty, two of the most iconic players of the season.
Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, let's talk about that triple. That was something.
Yes.
What was that like for each of you?
Well, I guess I'll go first. It was definitely a blindside, especially because of my relationship with Joshua. And I didn't expect this, but at the end of the day, you have to assume that the people that you're close with also have their own side deals going on. So, hey, it is what it is. I didn't expect this. I couldn't really concentrate in the veto competition because of that. And here I am.
Oh my gosh, heartbreaking. Marty, what was it like for you during
On my end, I was honestly very surprised by the vote. Like, I spoke with Helena just before the ceremony, and she told me that Kevin had told Josh. I actually went to say to Josh, like, man, like, I love you, like, you're a great person. And then bang, the vote. I was like, oh, this is Big Brother. Like, I got played, so yeah. So.
Man.
This is indeed Big Brother. And I can't tell you too much because you're both, of course, going to jury.
Yes.
But I can talk about what you do know of the season.
Yes.
What a season.
Ooh.
Two massive blindsides.
Yes.
People going from HOH to out the door the next week, sometimes even in the same day.
Yes.
What are you taking away from your whole Big Brother experience so far?
What I'm taking away from this whole experience is that I am stronger than I think.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Don't cry, you are so loved.
Thank you. This has been a very hard experience for me. And I'm just proud of myself.
You should be.
And I just need to remind myself that I'm an icon. And although I didn't win the $100,000 prize, I know that God has $1 million prize out there for me. So I'm just proud of myself. And I told myself coming in here that I'm not going to have any friends. And yes, I still developed some bonds with people, but are they my friends? No. Who are they to me? What? I don't even know. I can't even remember the days because I don't have to anymore.
They're gone.
But yeah, I'm just proud of myself. I'm hurt, but these tears are joy. Like, I'm very happy, and you mean a lot to me. So just getting to meet you and talk to you once a week is just such a liberating experience. So I'm just so happy. I'm so happy. I'm hurt, but like this is joy, really and truly. I'm so happy. So.
Oh my God. Here's the thing. That's not real life. It's a very superficial environment, but it was your life.
Yes.
For the last little while. I honestly think a lot of people forget that. I have lived on reality TV before. I know how difficult it is. But you guys have so much to be proud of.
Yes.
So much to be proud of. Wipe away your tears.
Oh
my God. The tears of joy.
Yes.
The tears of joy. Marty, what about you and your whole experience?
This was an incredible experience. Probably the hardest thing I had to do in my life, to be honest. At this point here, like after the HOH, the one on the wall, like took me like a week to recover, and I knew there was only 2 weeks left, but like my body was pretty much empty. There's nothing left in the tank. But no, I'm so grateful to have experienced it. I made a lot of great connection, new friends. Hopefully what happened in the house stays in the house, and we are all able to be friends on the outside. Like,
one thing they
grown
say,
as a person.
especially you two have made it to almost the very end, is that Canada gets to see so many colors of you.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So many different versions of you, so many moods, so many times when you're raw and experiencing really, really hard emotions. And both of you wore your hearts on your sleeve. No one could say you were fake. Not one person.
No, absolutely not. I
You
mean,
were
I
the
had my
realest.
moments. I did have my moments. But no, I kept it real for as much as I could.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's talk about your feelings of betrayal, because I know you were very, very hurt by Josh ending up on the block and then ultimately out. What is going through your mind about that whole relationship?
For me, I think it was just his campaign to me. I just assumed, hey, because of the relationship that we have, you don't have to give me a super strong pitch. He just said, we're going to the end together, and I asked him, would you put me up? And he said no. So I would be okay if you at least told me the truth, and then I could prepare myself for this moment if it were to come. But you literally lied to me. So,
and in his case, do you feel like waffling at times on the Betty vote, for example, may have played a part here?
I think so. But I just don't even know how to feel about the whole situation, because I asked him was this your plan from the beginning as well, and he said no. And then even to put Betty up, it just feels like yes, this probably was your plan. And I think that me being such a strong social player, that was threatening to other people, even though he is as well. But it's, and I cussed him out too, so that might have messed up my game, because I was like, yes, I am coming for you. So. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, listen, jury's going to be a trip, because that's where you're going next. You know who else is in jury, Marty?
Yeah. Yes.
Gino's in jury.
Yes.
Okay,
I'll bring him some gummy bears.
That's cold. That's cold as ice, Marty. What is it going to be like in terms of that reunion? Because, I mean, you talked a lot about having betrayed him twice. One would consider it 3 times now. Even though that wasn't your intent, you still put his game on the line in order to prove that the 5 was a thing.
Actually give him the gummy bear and give him the option to throw it in, yes or no, and he decided to put it in. So I look at it that way.
Couldn't you have changed your mind? There was still time before the renomination ceremony.
No, I was trying to do what I thought was the best game move possible. Like I said, for me at that point of the game, I needed help. I couldn't go alone. So for me, the 5 was the most important. And like I said, I thought both were. We had cracks everywhere, and I told both sides would have flipped. So I was trying to repair that, and it didn't work.
Well, you were blindsided as well with the first vote.
100%.
Gino. So what do you think happened there? I mean, I wish I could tell you everything, but you tell me what you think happened.
For the vote from Gino, well, obviously, Kevin is working with Josh, and Helena is working with Josh, and I really thought, Helena all along, I had a final 2 with her the whole time, and I played, and his big brother. Like they're great players. Like honestly, like Helena, just before I left in the pantry, came to me and said, like, you know, I wish I had your back. I wish I could have caped you. And then all of a sudden, and I realized, well, I only need 2 votes. So like Jacelyn, like obviously knows I didn't want Gino out, and Helena there, and then that's why I tried until the last minute. I didn't want to quit, so I guess she had something with Josh more important than me. So I'll remember that for jury.
Let me tell you, there's some good players in there.
There really are.
Good players in there. For you, Summer, watching your game was so fascinating because you were such a good social player, very trusting, but also didn't make a lot of promises that you knew you might have to go back on.
Yeah.
But for me, can you tell me what it was like losing your number one, Tanisha? Because I honestly think something changed in that moment, and I didn't see it back in you until Canada saved you.
Yes, losing Tanisha broke my heart, and coming into this game, I said, I'm not going to align with a parent. They're going to be crying all the time, and then only for me to have the strongest bond with a mother is just out of this world. And I do have experiences with grief and losing somebody close with me, and I thought that learning my bounce back methods through healing through that process would help me in the game, and it was like, oh my goodness, I'm struggling to bounce back, and through struggling to bounce back, it kind of ruined, I wouldn't say ruined, but it just made me pull away from other people.
It threw you off, yeah.
Yeah, it threw me off, and I just wasn't able to trust people the same way. I didn't feel like socializing the same way, so yeah, I wish I didn't say that I wouldn't have these bonds with people.
You know what? It's impossible.
Yeah.
Again, it's not real life, but it is your life when you're in there, you know? And I think that everybody has that same experience, no matter what you think you're going to be like coming in, okay? Now, Marty, you were enemy number 1 for a minute. You were the last comp beast left in the house. You won 3 HOHs. The gummies made you iconic. Did you do? And you're 43 years old.
Yeah.
I'm also 43 years old.
Oh,
so
wow.
what's up to the 43-year-old?
You don't look 43. I do.
No, but did you accomplish everything you wanted to accomplish in Big Brother outside of winning?
I'm really proud of what I accomplished in the sense that I came here saying that would have been a calm beast, and I really like prepared myself. Like I would work out 2 or 3 times a day, like you know, for several months.
You were
before
unstoppable.
coming here.
Please.
So like yeah, I knew I would do well in comp. Honestly, like my downfall for this game was I was horrible at strategizing, and to be honest, like I said, there were some great players inside that game, and you know, I put up Herman to protect Kevin and Helena. I get called a snake in front of Canada. And then I try to fix the thing with Gino. Kevin turns on us, and then I get called a snake again. So that's how good these players were.
Listen, you could write novels, both of you, and before I let you go to jury, who do you think is going to win? Who do you want to win?
I want Betty to win, but I think the final 2s may be Kevin and Helena. I felt it in my soul, but I really hope Betty wins.
Listen, your ancestors are very powerful.
Yes.
Let's just shout out
Yes.
Summer's ancestors, please. Moose's curse. Did you tell yourself to kick your feet up this morning? I don't want to know.
No,
I don't want to know.
I didn't
Oh,
understand that
doesn't know
part.
about it.
When Gino said kick, I was trying to figure it out.
You're
Maybe
like,
it's
what?
an English thing or
You'll
whatever, the
find out.
French. But
You'll find out. You'll find out. And who do you
That's-
want to win and who do you think will win?
who I want to win, I think Kevin should win this, but I think it's going to be Josh.
Wow. Okay. Well, I
see.
hate to see you go. Okay? It's devastating. Listen, I love getting all the fresh house guest gossip. Speaking of fresh, make sure you head on over to Wendy's to grab a Dave's Double of fresh, never frozen beef. More meat means more to love. Oh my gosh.
Love Wendy's.
You're gonna have so much fun
Thank
in jury.
you.
You're gonna
Thanks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yes.
I
Only
see
2
my
weeks.
wife in
And
2
And you guys
weeks.
are
I
gonna
see
look
my
fire.
wife.
You're gonna see your wife. You're gonna see your
Yeah.
girl. It's gonna be amazing.
Yay.
You know?
Right.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'll see you soon.
I'll be in your DMs.
Yeah. Right.
Bye.